Now, if you live in the United States, you know what this is. Even if you don't celebrate this holiday, right? You know that it is a Christmas tree. So my mother, the artist, would call this the suggestion of a Christmas tree. Now, I have a point here about this and what it has to do with feature writing. So if you celebrate Christmas or you know somebody who does, there's some things that go on a Christmas tree, right? So we can put ornaments on a Christmas tree. We all have special things that we like to put based on family tradition. So ornaments are one, and usually if you celebrate, then the ones you made as a little child are up at the top so the cat can't get them, right, because they're special. And so then you might have lights, which I think that's probably my favorite one here. So you have lights. Some people like to hang candy canes, right, on their tree. Some people have a star at the top or sometimes an angel at the top. You'll have maybe a tree skirt at the bottom, and it's where you put your gifts underneath, right? So they go under the tree. Maybe you have tinsel sometimes, sparkly tinsel that you kind of hang on the tree. But there are certain things that go on the tree. We don't put car keys on the tree. We don't put burnt toast on the tree, right? We don't hang socks on the tree, basically, or dirty socks. We don't hang bananas on the tree, right? Because they don't go on there. There are certain things that go on the tree, and other things are not appropriate for that celebration. In the same way, your story theme is what I call, it's the Christmas tree of your story. So what is the theme of your story? So say we have a story about our friend named Joan. And Joan has a bakery. And Joan has had that bakery all her life. She lives in a little town. She opened the bakery because she realized how good she was at baking certain things. And now Joan has some challenges, physical challenges, but she manages to run this bakery. And in the story, we find out what the challenges are. We find out a little bit about her bakery and how she got started and how she enjoys serving her community this way. Now, there's certain things about Joan's life. So the story's about Joan. Joan, when life handed Joan lemons, Joan instead made lemon meringue pie, right? So we might start like that. Maybe at the end we have a quote from Joan talking about how running the bakery is the joy of her life. And that's the theme of the story, right? So we always know where we're going to go at the end. There's going to be things in Joan's life that have nothing to do with the bakery. Maybe she has a cat. She sings in the church choir. She participates in the Paralympics, right? And so, but does it have to do with her bakery? And if it doesn't, I don't care how much we like it, how much we like those car keys, right? They don't belong here. The only way that those topics would tie to the bakery is if they had something to do with her job. So say every Wednesday when she locks up her bakery early so she can go and sing in the church choir. Well, then that goes, right? Maybe she relieves some of her stress. She doesn't like the bookkeeping part of the bakery, so she practices for the Paralympics, right? So that would go, because that's a way that's tied to the bakery. So anything, maybe her cat comes and sits on the counter of the bakery. And the cat's name Cupcake, right? And the cat sits on the counter of the bakery. So these things work, right? Because they're tied to your Christmas tree. But any of the things that would be car keys in Joan's life, or burnt toast in Joan's life, are things that don't go on that theme, right? It's got to stick to the theme. We can't put it in there. And that's a way for you to work on trying to decide, what do we get rid of? What do we keep? Because your people are going to have lots of interesting things about them, and you're not going to be able to talk about them if they don't have to do with the theme of your story, right? So your theme is your Christmas tree, right? What's your Christmas tree of the story? Think about that. That's going to help you to whittle down what you want to keep and what you're going to get rid of from your really interesting person there.